Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another TanookiToadTeam chat. We got Toast here from the beginning this time. Thank you for joining, everybody. We're going to talk about a little bit more about inclusion. We were able to include more people with the channel and how that kind of expanded and how that happened, how the channel was different after I got back from my mission, and a little bit more stuff. So let's just jump right into it. So with beginning the channel, there was a lot that we learned pretty quickly. And one thing that we learned was we could have the channel making videos as like an excuse. Like, Kyle or, Joker need to leave. It's like, hey, we need to make a video with you, so come back. And so we literally make time to do videos with one another. And so this channel really has helped our friendship come close, and that's something I literally have said in one of our previous videos. Is that's what this channel really did for us. Is it kept us together because we were spending so much time together and having a good time.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, no, I remember several times where my parents would be like, hey, I think it's time to come home, because again, I've talked about this before, how young I was. So they'd be like, hey, I think it's time to come home, but I was like, but we're not done recording yet. And
like, oh, we're recording
and
video games.
yeah and they were like, oh, okay, that's fine, just like let me know like when and all that. So there was definitely a lot of excuses when it came to this type of stuff, but yeah, no, and I mean, I know we talked a little bit about it last video, but I think one of the big reasons, obviously all of us thought it was cool getting views and all that, but one of the big reasons why we did it was it was just something fun for us to do that made it more than just, hey, we're gonna come play a video game. It's like, hey, let's add a whole nother element to it. Let's stick a camera in front of us and try to be funny while we play, which I thought was like, it's something, it was really cool at the time, especially me being so young, to just see how like different how I view video games now, where I don't view them just as like me just to have fun. It's like I have a whole different like view of it.
Yeah, let's think of some of the people that will watch these videos in the future. That kid in France who we'll never meet, let's think about him. Miguel watched a ton of our videos before we even knew how big of a fan he was, and Judai and everyone else too. I don't mean to shout out individual people. We love you all, but yeah, I mean, you just never really know. And so we try to keep those people in mind.
I think it's also interesting because we have some younger cousins, and when we were over there visiting them, we just kind of like told them about our YouTube channel. And I think this was around the time that the Wii U was like pretty big and stuff. And they like went and checked it out. And one of our cousins that we had shared it with, he ends up making his own channel where he does like animations and stuff and makes his own Discord like group and server. And I don't know, it's just really interesting seeing like how we're like, I feel like we're like the old generation of YouTubers in a way.
The boomers.
Yeah. And we have all these younger generations following, and some impacted by us that I think is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, Dallin, you started your friend's YouTube channel, and he's like huge now, right? Like you helped him start it out and everything, and he just exploded.
Yeah, a little bit. So he came to a YouTube workshop that I started on campus, and he already had the YouTube channel. I just kind of helped him out a tiny bit, just talked with him a little bit. Yeah. And yeah, he started uploading some videos, and we also got him in some of our videos. We're like, yeah, man, boy, this is going to help your channel grow. And then, it might have helped get a couple more eyeballs on his channel. But
we were the reason.
We were a big deal back in 2014.
It was like 2018 back then when we got Banana Boy in. Yeah, 2018.
Yeah, because that was when you were in college.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah. This quick story with that is, he goes back and videos aren't doing super good, and then YouTube picks up one of them, and then bam, 10,000 subscribers in 1 month. So it's like,
that's crazy.
Pretty amazing to at least play a part of it. I don't take any credit. He's amazing. He's awesome. Yeah. He's so humble about it. We didn't plan to talk about him, but it just kind of happened. But yeah, so it yeah.
Yeah, I think another thing was a lot of people look at the Tanuki Toad team and they're like, yeah, Mini, Toad, Ice, Toast, Mephiles, Bacon Slug, Joker, like some of the beginning people. But since then, the Tanuki Toad team has become a lot bigger. No, I did not have children, but
It sounds like that.
I feel like
Coming
this is
soon.
Soon.
this is like Fuller House. We got it. The team has gotten a lot bigger. But there was like
Little Ice and Big Ice.
Little Eyes.
Sergeant Tacos comes in and like his brothers and John, Adam, Darius. We had so many people. Like I was making this little art thing on I wasn't drawing at the time. It was just like this weird Lego program where you can make your own Lego characters. And I made one for each of the members of the Tanuki Toad team. And there's a lot of people that we've had on the channel and people that have been able to be a part of that. And I think it's really cool how we've been able to have the team grow in more ways than one.
One kind of cool thing with that, sorry, Kyle, is
No, you're good.
like a lot of those people that were added, like I didn't talk to them. Like personally, like I didn't talk to them. I didn't really know them. So like I gained a lot of friends just from like being a part of the group. And like honestly, like I don't think if like the channel never became a thing, I don't know if I would have ever been friends with like Nick or Kyle, because like I think like the first time I saw them, I like fell on my bike and like I hurt myself and I was like crying. And I was like this little kid, like I like scraped my head on the road. And I was like crying, and like so I was like, oh man, like these guys are gonna think like I'm a loser or something. But like we ended up being friends and we ended up like playing a lot of games together, which was really cool. And like there was a lot of people that like came through that like me personally would not have ever approached or like ever become friends with, but because we had like the connection of playing games and recording videos, I was able to like make a lot of cool friends, which was cool.
Yeah, no, that's actually, you literally hit on what I was about to hit on. I was literally about to say that because yeah, it's insane because I mean, me and Nolan were actually very much like at the same age. And so we went to the same schools and we didn't even know it.
No, we didn't.
We didn't know it until suddenly Dallin one day is like, hey, I'm gonna have somebody else come in. His name is Nolan. He's gonna record with us today. And I was like, okay, cool. You know, that's fine. You know, I think it was us four. I think this was the exact cast that was actually recording that night. And then it's funny because we didn't even know that night that we went to the same school. And then the next day we went to school together and we saw each other. We were just like, wait, you wait. And you know, I mean, it was just cool to see. But yeah, no, like you said, I think, you know, there's so many people that I wouldn't have met. You know, and even dating all the way back to like, you know, if you guys didn't move here, you know, thinking about that, you know, how many people I wouldn't have met if you guys didn't move here. It's insane. You know, if let's say I never even met you guys, it's crazy to think about.
Sad thought. That's for sure. Yeah, the ripple effect is absolutely insane. Like even just this past week, I'm helping one of my friends that I met on my mission to do his own YouTube channel and helping him to get it started. And we were looking back at some of my old videos with the squeaky voice and stuff. It's like, this was 9 years ago. You know, this is a beautiful thing to look back on and appreciate in the journal. It's like a journal of your life. It's a record, you know? And he's like, that's so cool. And so even though you had no idea, it's inspiring people that you will never meet and you'll never know how much impact you have and everything until like later. I mean, honestly, Minnie, there's been a couple stories you brought up I would have never known if you had not shared the story. Like the story of how your parents found out you had a YouTube channel, like that you're in the videos, like that is comedy gold. And we made a special clip just for that. But I digress. It's some good stuff.
I do just quickly want to say, I don't have another point here. I just want to say this. You're a squeaky voice. Your squeaky voice. Okay.
We all had squeaky voices.
I remember I look back at the videos and I am astounded at how like chipmunk I sound.
I think Mephiles was the only one that didn't have like a super squeaky voice at the time.
It's crazy. And the thing is, like, I sound almost identical to like how one of my younger cousins sound. Like I watched the video and I'm like, dude, that literally sounds like my younger cousin, but I know it's me when I'm like 10 years old.
Yeah.
That is that. Yeah, it's literally
It's crazy.
insane.
I mean, it's crazy to think that we had the initiative to like make a YouTube channel when we were that young. So, like, we were
Seriously.
actually pretty young. But it was like, let's make YouTube videos.
Yeah, Mephiles was going to do it for a while, and then it just wasn't happening. And literally June 5th, 2012, me and James are in the hallway, and we're both looking. He has his Rampage video. I have my Pokemon Stadium 4-player match, and we're just sitting there, and I'm like, should we just do it? Should we just upload the video and just completely let's just do it? And we did. We just went for it, you know? That day we just set the course in motion. I mean, and just talking with these friends about their YouTube channel, like one of the guys, he made his first video and it really isn't that amazing, but it's his first video. He never has to make his first video ever again. It's over, you know? So yeah, it's more of a spur of the moment thing, you know? We were just talking about it and we wanted to do it. I'm like sitting there, we have the videos, you know, we have a couple videos, and I'm like, well, let's just upload it, whatever. And then the next day I checked and it had already like 20 views, which is kind of insane. Honestly, probably a lot of that was me. YouTube didn't do a very good job of filtering through those views back in the day, but it definitely grew and had that organic growth, and it was wonderful to watch it grow and help it grow.
Yeah.
This is kind of a, like, side, but I remember my first video was the Warcraft 3 what was it?
Worm War?
Humiliation.
Worm War. Yeah, Worm War. And the audio didn't work. So it was all muted. It was all silent. We lost the audio. Oh,
And we uploaded it to the Super Wabon Stick channel
the
too.
Super Wabon Stick channel. I think that channel's deleted, honestly. I'm not sure.
Probably.
They might still exist.
There were probably like, I don't know. There were some people that clicked on the link of you in the description and went to your channel and found that. We're like, okay.
No, I
think-
found it. I found it.
I think that video has like almost 1,000 views. Like for
Yeah,
no
it's-
audio, like
639 views.
yeah, that's not
That's
bad.
pretty
Years
good.
ago. And it's 3 players splits with, like, I have 3 different audios. Oh no, okay, so it has audio, but it doesn't have any of our voices.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's the
Gameplay
game
audio.
audio.
Oh my
yeah.
goodness, it's in like 480p.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I had
That's
some.
what we were rocking with.
I had some Warcraft videos back in the day, Frost Wisp.
Oh
And
yeah,
I would go and I would
Oh,
I would
yeah.
go and I would type in the chat, so like communicate with the people watching the video, like, hey guys, welcome to the video.
I remember
Oh wow.
It
Wow.
was pretty rough.
Making
But-
videos back in the day. But yeah, no, and one thing I really did want to that I thought about a lot lately is how, you know, we never really realized that was never gonna like be the same. Like, you know, I think all of us never really like thought about, oh wait, hey, Dallin's leaving on his mission trip, so that means kind of the OG TanookiToad team is probably never gonna team up and like make videos again. And I think that's like crazy to think about, because I mean, like nowadays, you know, I think it finally is just sunk in now that the channel is finally going to be, you know, put to rest after so long. Even when, you know, Dallin came back from his mission, I think, you know, it was kind of like, you know, we put in a lot of work. I think, you know, a solid 50 videos were uploaded inside of, you know, 5-6 months, which is insane. You know, we did a lot of streams as well, but it definitely, you know, we never went back to that like OG, okay, all 4 or 5 of us, whoever it is sitting, you know, making content, you know, hanging out for a couple of hours, you know, just chilling out, making YouTube content. And never truly got back to that.
No, it was kind of vloggy at one point. Like when I got my Switch, I did a Switch unboxing, and that video did pretty well. It has like 600 or 700 views, but because I wanted to try it out, and that's something that I'm so forever thankful to YouTube for, is it gave me an easel to just be creative. Like we created Toad's Challenge. We did a lot of other stuff. We just wanted to try out stuff, and it gave you the opportunity just to be creative and try stuff. And that's something I still do now with my podcast and whatnot. Is just like, why don't I just change this up and do something like that? And a lot of the seeds of creativity were born in the YouTube channel days. We were planning out we were planning and we were planting. And yeah, it was pretty good. And I wanted to share one quick thought. Like, as far as the channels go, I had the channel Flash Joe 77. I don't know if any of you know too much about that one. So you don't know
look back.
I actually never knew about this.
December 28th, 2011 is when I started it. And my whole point of it was I wanted to get a feel for YouTube. And so I uploaded 4 or 5 videos on it of me speedrunning different Flash games. And one of them, I beat the world record for that game. It was like Alex Tracks in Dangerland or something. And I had like the best record of it. Like one of the levels that normally took me 12, I beat in like 4. So I was way fast. I mean, not a lot of people were playing it, of course, but I digress. Anyway, yeah, so that was like the first channel, so to speak. So I had a little bit of a dry practice run. But yeah, look it up. I think it's Flash Joe 72 or Flash Joe 77, one of those. But yeah, super old content, but it gave me a little feel for things just so when we did do the actual channel, I knew we would be able to do it a little better.
Do you ever upload videos of that one? I forget what Flash game it was, but like you would like, it was like a race and it was like a multiplayer racing game.
Platform racing.
Platform racing too.
Platform racing was so hype. I think of that game all the time still.
I don't know if we ever made videos about platform racing too. No, that was.
Yeah, I remember I had a level that I made it onto like the top for that week or something
We
like
both
that.
did, yeah. It was pretty cool. I had one. We had a level get into like all-time best or something, and it's because I played the level with somebody, and he totally like you could cheese like the entire level. You could like do this crazy shortcut, and then I blocked it off, and then the level was never as popular. But I don't know, it's kind of funny. Yeah, so it just allowed us to be creative, and the channel was always super inclusive. So I was willing to like have people from college in it, and it was really fun. It was a good time, but yeah, it just was never the same again after I got back, because I had changed, everyone had changed. I mean, Bacon Slug was doing things, you know, we were all in our own different world, you know. So
yeah, it kind of felt like, you know, everybody had kind of, it's not that we'd moved on, so to speak, but it's kind of like, you know, we had the channel didn't grow with us.
I mean, yeah,
to a certain extent. Yeah, to a certain extent, it didn't grow with us, and you know, we still made really good content. I mean, again, you know, I would say some of those videos that me and Dallin did, just me and him when he got back, those, in my opinion, that's some of our best content. You know, it was really good stuff. You know, we put a lot of time. I can't tell you countless. We would spend countless hours of us hanging out, just talking about what we wanted to do in terms of creativity and things like that. I mean, we put in a lot of effort and work into those videos, and I think we put out a lot of really, really good work. I just think in terms of the traditional Tanuki Toad team, what the channel was based off of, what the OG looked like when you clicked on the Tanuki Toad team at its peak, we never could really get back to that, and that's honestly just because the channel didn't grow with us as people, I should say.
yeah, it's crazy. We were talking about this earlier. Like, you can have the exact same people in the exact same environment, but you can't replicate the time. None of us have as much free time as we used to. I mean, we all have jobs or school or whatever now, and it's a completely different time. So I think I'm really thankful to those younger versions of us for respecting that time and making as much content as we did, even if all of it wasn't super great, but just that we were willing to make the most of that time and make it happen. Because I think it's a really good lesson of life, is like, if you don't plan something, if you don't make it happen, it's not really going to happen. Probably not. You know, chances are maybe when you started watching us, maybe you wanted to make a channel. Well, now we're finishing up ours. So it's kind of like, it's crazy how time flies. You just have no idea. And that's something I've heard over and over again. It's like, it's only going to get crazier, man. So just like figure it out, you know, because you still got a lot of life yet to live. So yeah.
I mean, we truly made content like consistently for 3+ years on that YouTube channel. Like just pulling out content, you know, from I would say from 2012 to 2015, just putting out content consistently. You know, and I mean that's a crazy amount for any channel. I mean, obviously it wasn't a job for us. So, I mean, that's a crazy amount of time.
Yeah, and it's like so much content. Like I've been talking to people and like the YouTube channel comes up sometimes. I'm like, yeah, if you like if you just want to watch videos forever, like just watch them because they just go on and on. But I think something that I think about now is also talking to people. If you want to see a part of me and a part of my childhood, like a part of things that I did and kind of get to know me better, this is a place where you can go and you can get to know me. And like a lot of people, I don't know if I regret it, but a lot of people in my life don't know really a lot about my YouTube, like me being on YouTube or any of that. But it's really interesting in getting to know people and people's past and things that people have tried out and things that people have done. And I don't know, I think it's just cool that we have this library, so to speak, of all of these memories that can bring things to like our remembrance. And just, I don't know, just being able to share it with other people now at this point in our lives, and people can kind of look back and see what we were up to back then.
I mean, imagine showing your kids this, you know, seriously. It's going to be the coolest moment in all of our lives. Just being able to see that.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I was finishing.
I'm just saying it's cool to have like those memories, just like they're there. Like they're like, cause I love experiencing things with people, but like I always forget to like take pictures or record videos, or like in the moment I'm like, ooh, like it, not even like if I want to like publish a video or anything, just like if I'm experiencing something with friends, I tend to like not take pictures or videos because I'm like, you know, pictures or videos. But it's like those are like memories that we'll have, and even if we don't remember them ourselves, we can always go back to the channel and be like, oh yeah, I remember that. Like that was so fun, which is really cool. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, it's such a blessing. Well, because like there was so much love and vision and stuff that you can feel when you watch those videos again. At least I do. And like there's some I watched, I recorded before I graduated from high school, like Toad's World. So I kind of want to spend some time just rewatching some of those and see what I was talking about and be like, oh man, dude, there's some good stuff coming. It's just it's crazy to think about what we were worrying about, what we were thinking about, and it definitely is a priceless treasure that only becomes more precious with time.
I will say, and one thing that I talked about with all four of us here, I don't think I talked about it last episode too much. Actually, I think we did. We told the story, but I want to say there's a video that's still up on my channel. James referred to it last episode where we held up a blanket, and it was a video where I was talking about, you know, Dallin just left for his mission and everything, and that was a raw reaction video. Like that was pretty much, I believe Dallin had just left that week. I think that was pretty much raw emotions, raw reaction, everything. I mean, there was nothing hidden in that. And I think that's one thing I can always say about our content was that we didn't really hide anything. We didn't try to fake anything. We weren't trying to be extra for the camera or anything. It was just, okay, this is us. This is what we're doing. Enjoy it or don't.
Yeah, it's like come sit on the back couch and watch us play some games.
I will say back in the day, I kind of tried to position myself as like already being very well established, sort of, but just didn't really feel true to me. Because Tanuki Toad was somebody I was trying to become, somebody that was very positive, somebody that was very optimistic, somebody that was able to talk to everyone, and I've become that through the channel and other experiences. But yeah, it's definitely something that I learned to just accept, was the process and learning and growth. And like, you can't fake 1,000 hours of practice. You just have to enjoy the process and walk along with everyone else you're walking with.
Because I mean, like if we really all sit back and think about it, all our channel was us just playing video games. But when we dive deeper into it, there's so much more that we learn. There's so much more that each of us took away from that channel that people may understand from the outside, but only the people truly on the inside, the people that were a part of this process, the people that went through those hours of conversations, just sitting there talking about, hey guys, this is what we should be doing with the channel. This is that. I remember Dallin had a notebook of ideas, list of ideas of what we were going to do for that month. And we would sit there, okay, we just did that video, check. Okay, this is the next one we're doing. And it's like, man, blood, sweat, and tears went into this channel, and that's how we grew.
Amen. And I mean, literally from the very first episode, like the very first series, Super Smash Bros. Melee, I had a paper of who played as every single character, so nobody ever played as the same character twice in the first Melee videos. And we played on a different stage every time. So there was a ton of thought that went into it from the very beginning. And I would pray for subscribers by name when we had subscribers. And I like some of those early subscribers, like I pray for Kirby 64 Gamer and all those other people. I seriously would. And I did on the mission too. And I still from time to time, because we really cared about you guys and wanted you guys to get something from our videos. Like we were having so much fun. And I mean, that's what we'd say a lot of times in the videos, like, hope you guys enjoyed this as much fun as we had making it, because we truly did enjoy it so much.
Yeah. It's because I mean, again, and I know I've said this, it truly was nothing changed for us. And, you know, it was all of us enjoyed playing with each other. All of us enjoyed each other's company. So it's like, you know, we truly did want our fans and viewers to enjoy it as much as we did, because all of us sat there and just had a blast, just playing and talking and all the stuff. I mean, none of this felt like, oh, well, gotta go record now. It's like, no, it's like, hey, I got to go play video games and there's a camera. Cool. At least that's how I felt about it.
There's times it's a little stressful because there's the fact of having to edit and meet deadlines and such and things of that nature. Like, especially with some of the earlier videos when we had the capture card, it was really hard to get the audio to sync. And so there's some videos that the audio isn't perfectly synced. And I worked so hard to try to get the audio to sync, but yeah, so there's some of that, but yeah, definitely blood, sweat, and tears, man. A lot of time too. I mean, there's plenty of times where I would work on this instead of doing homework, and I still did just fine. I mean, I did really well in high school for the most part, but I'd do track, and I'd be the basketball manager, and then I'd do homework, and then I'd do this whenever I had time. I did such a good job of not having this take place of other stuff. It was truly a passion project.
And I think something that no one, I guess we have some pictures of it, so maybe I can get those up at some point. But we had a very like interesting childhood with this, I guess, like growing up and stuff. Like our room, we had like tons of computers set up, like really old computers. We would play Warcraft on them and stuff, but then we would also edit videos, do pixel art, like Super Mario Bros. X. Like we had all these things that we were doing, and we had this like little computer lab in our little study. We almost had our own recording studio in a way. We had a room that we could go into and get stuff done. And I think it was really a cool thing that we were able to all kind of be in this environment of creating and coming up with ideas that has influenced us even to today, that we're kind of finding a more like maturing those ideals and those skills that we've gained.
Yeah, and quick shout out.
I was just gonna say, because like one thing is we've all we've live streamed and played games on Twitch and stuff, and kind of that was like another step, and we've all taken different steps in different directions, but it's all come kind of from the same place.
Yeah. And all of our parents were so supportive with it. Shout out to our parents for, being patient with us making videos and stuff like that. And also our uncle, the Bullwinkle, we'll keep his name a secret, but the Bullwinkle hooked us up with our first capture card. It was like around Christmas time of the first couple months of the channel, and told him a little bit about it. And by then we probably had around 40 or 50 videos. and he's like, yeah, maybe I can get you guys a capture card. And he got us an Easy Cap, and that thing still works. We don't use it anymore, but we used it a lot. So a lot of support.
And microphone.
Yeah, the snowball. The snowball.
Got us the Blue Yeti that we got to use for a while, and then got us a snowball. So you can't do it alone. I think that's one of the biggest things the channel teaches is just you can't do it alone. It really helps to have a team to support you and help you out, because sometimes you can't give 100% yourself. You're having a rough day, you're struggling, and you just got to lean on your team. And that's something the channel really taught me to do, and really plan to keep doing that. Lean on you guys and learn from you guys and the other wonderful people that God's put in my life.
Snowball.
Oh, there it is.
That's the OG, dude.
I have it up on a mic stand for recording podcast stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good mic. It's a good mic. Granted, I mean, that 100, I believe the 100 subscribers special was the first, that was the introduction, right? Of the capture card. Am I mistaken?
So the super epic 100 video multiplayer special.
100 video. I'm sorry, not 100 subscriber. It was 100 video. Yeah, that was the introduction of it. I mean, I remember that we were all so excited. We thought we were, official finally. We thought we'd finally, that for us, that was like, wow, we made it. Like, that was cool. Like,
yeah,
going from having to going to have to set up. I mean, I'm serious. I wish one of us back then took a picture of it, having to set up this janky tripod on top of books, angling it. It was the worst setup, seriously, that you guys could imagine. Absolutely the worst. And
the camera wasn't even that good.
The camera was horrible too. It had a line I mean, you guys could see it in the videos. It had a line going down the center.
Focus in and out.
Yeah. It was just the worst setup. And all of us just loved it. The viewers, I know obviously they wish better quality, but they loved it too. Everybody just had a blast doing it. And I mean, I wouldn't have done this any other way.
Yeah, I remember Mephiles saying in that video, finally got a capture card.
Yeah. I don't think we had a good microphone. So honestly, we used the microphone on that camera for a long time until we got a better microphone. And I would literally film our audio, and then I would take it out, put the memory card in the computer, upload this 2 GB file on my computer, which was really hard to do back in 2013, and sync up the audio, and it was rough. I think it was probably mid 2014 when we finally got a solid microphone. We're able to line up the audio better, and that was, of course, a game changer. But yeah, it was crazy. A lot of sacrifices made, but a lot of good times because of the sacrifices made.
I mean, like I said, I truly do wish, because I mean, that just one of us had just snapped a picture of it. I mean, because I'm serious, it was. You guys would think we are the craziest people in the world, the setup that we had. I mean, and I know James talked about kind of the setup that we had, and it was an office space. And, it truly was nice to have a space where it was like, okay, we are focused on an objective right now. And, all of us getting our creative thinking caps and truly, set our minds to something. But it was not a big room. And it was not a big room. There was not a lot of space. You would have 5 people in there with, a camera sticking in the middle of it. So that makes even less room. And then, you got computer set up that makes even less room. It was just, it's one of those things where you appreciate it now looking back on it. You really do.
Yeah. The limitations are a big blessing because they help.
We worked, we worked with it. And in my opinion, we made some really good stuff with that setup. Yeah,
we milked that camera super good. That's for sure. 100%.
That camera did its job. I wish we still had the camera. Because was it mine? Was it my camera? Or was it your guys' camera?
It was a Sony CyberShot that our mom let us use.
Oh, okay.
It's funny because I had the same exact camera. I think I had 2 of them, and you guys had one of them, and they were all the same gray.
Yeah, they were the same model of camera.
With the same model of camera with yeah. And sometimes I would bring over memory cards for you guys.
Yeah. Good times. Well, I think we should probably end it there unless anybody has some other thoughts.
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Cool. I think we've had a bunch of times where we could end it, but we just talk. So it's just keep it going. But we had a good time chatting, and we're going to try to do at least one more team chat, hopefully with Mephiles. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check out the other team chats. There's a playlist. Take care, everyone. Thanks for hopping on the call, guys. It was fun. Love you all.
Of course.
See ya. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Now get ready for the next challenge.